People are often intimidated by their own perfectionism, leading them to procrastination, a condition humanity has struggled with for thousands of years. Seneca once highlighted the folly of always postponing life, a sentiment echoed by countless others through history. Perfection can indeed be equated to paralysis, where the obsession with making things perfect hinders the necessary work from being done due to fear of deviation from the imagined outcome. Recognize your thoughts. Procrastination is a very real challenge that everyone has faced at some point. However, this isn't what you desire, especially when you have ambitions to fulfill and an awareness of time's limits. To combat procrastination, it's suggested to remember the advice of looking at the task action by action. Marcus Aurelius prompts asking why a situation is unbearable and why it cannot be endured, often leading to the realization that the intimidation felt towards tasks is disproportionate to their actual difficulty. Our brains are programmed to conserve energy, which also explains our attraction to high-calorie foods and rewards requiring minimal effort. However, this biological programming primarily offers ephemeral happiness, hedonic pleasure, that lasts but a moment, whether it's eating a burger, taking a sip of beer, or postponing a task. What we seek is a more enduring happiness, eudaimonic happiness, that involves striving for excellence and personal improvement. Physical exercise exemplifies this well. Despite the pain and effort required, the sense of accomplishment post-workout offers lasting satisfaction and builds into a positive habit over time. This applies to studying challenging subjects or working on tedious projects. The initial reluctance gives way to enjoyment as it becomes habitual. The initial and perhaps most crucial step in Stoic teachings is to become aware of your thoughts, especially when faced with the urge to procrastinate. Recognizing these thoughts as your brain's attempt to conserve energy is key. Understanding and acknowledging the internal dialogue can help in re-evaluating the necessity of immediate action versus delay, guiding towards a more disciplined and fulfilling approach to tasks and goals. Small steps. The journey to well-being and wisdom, as highlighted by Stoic philosophy, is achieved through small steps. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of assembling one's life action by action, illustrating that progress, no matter how minimal, is significant. The path to wisdom involves acquiring just a phrase or insight, making a little bit of progress each day. Viewing tasks through this lens of incremental progress can suddenly make them seem less daunting. For instance, when creating these videos, the approach isn't to aim for perfection with cinema-worthy scripts and extensive editing, but to break the task down into as many manageable pieces as possible, allowing for a bit of progress each day. This method reveals that consistently chipping away at a project, little by little, will eventually lead to its completion. Perfectionism can indeed lead to paralysis, a state where the obsession with making things perfect prevents the necessary work from being done, for fear of outcomes deviating from what was imagined. Focusing on the results, as advised in the Bhagavad Gita, isn't as crucial as dedicating oneself to the work at hand, without attachment to the outcomes. Implementing a routine can significantly aid in overcoming the overwhelm and anxiety that often lead to procrastination. The human brain operates on a biological clock, and maintaining a consistent schedule for daily activities ensures the release of the appropriate chemicals at the right times, enhancing motivation, focus, and energy levels. Anxiety and the feeling of being overwhelmed are primary reasons people procrastinate. The perception of having a myriad of tasks can be paralyzing, but breaking down these tasks into smaller, more manageable steps can alleviate anxiety and foster a sense of achievement, encouraging further progress. Anxiety. Anxiety, often exacerbated by a chaotic routine, can be addressed by organizing oneself and knowing exactly what to do every day of the week. Marcus Aurelius prompts us to question the necessity of our actions daily, advising that elimination of the non-essential can lead to more time and tranquility. It's crucial to periodically review your routine, life, and to-do list, asking yourself about the real importance of each item. I always aim to keep my to-do list as short as possible, not by having few tasks but by breaking them down into smaller, manageable actions. For instance, dedicating 5 minutes to writing the script for the next video or spending 10 minutes editing a podcast episode has made a significant difference for me. It prevents the overwhelming thought of having too much to do and focuses my attention on one small task at a time. Often, starting a task for just 5 or 10 minutes reveals it's not as bad as anticipated, encouraging continued effort as needed. Understanding what to do and what not to do each day is crucial, as Marcus Aurelius suggests, less is more, since most of what we do or say isn't essential. Tackling the most challenging task first thing in the morning is also vital. Postponing it with the thought of, "I don't feel like it now, I'll do it later," is a recipe for failure, likely resulting in never getting to it. The first 9 hours of our day, when our brain releases more epinephrine and dopamine, neurotransmitters associated with alertness and motivation, are the best times to address the most demanding tasks. Removing the most significant hurdle from your path early on leaves little room for procrastination to take hold. It's necessary to acknowledge that procrastination will attempt to surface and that we must develop a series of routines, habits, and systems to prevent this force from dragging us down. Perfectionism often arises from a life without design, as Seneca might say, leading to erratic living. A life where you don't personalize, design, or plan your day is one prone to instability, affecting both your external circumstances and emotional states. This lack of alignment between your life and your emotions can be a breeding ground for procrastination, driven by perfectionism. The root of perfectionism lies in caring too much about others' opinions, skipping the gym for fear of judgment due to being too thin or overweight, or worrying about not performing tasks correctly. When these thoughts emerge, remind yourself to focus on what you can control in any given situation. The only thing within your control is your actions, not the outcomes or what others think or do. This understanding is crucial for tackling procrastination, especially in areas most important to us. Tim Ferriss, author of one of my favorite books on the subject, points out that we procrastinate most on tasks that hold significant value to us, indicating their importance and the challenge and fear they present. Procrastinating on a task can signal its importance, perhaps indicating it's the most crucial thing you could be doing. When you find yourself postponing or sidestepping a task, it might be precisely the direction you need to head towards. The resistance you feel could be confirming that it's what you need to do. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when asked how he stays fit, simply said, "Do one thing every day." This approach highlights the power of cumulative action, emphasizing that even small daily efforts can lead to significant achievements. So, when sitting down to write a video script for 10 to 15 minutes, those minutes add up, propelling you towards your goal. It's essential to ask yourself what truly matters to you, what you're trying to achieve, and what your priorities are, focusing on these areas to combat procrastination effectively. Procrastination is a universal struggle, faced by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, you, and me. It's part of the human condition. However, we overcome it with systems, routines, focusing on the essentials, and making a little progress every day. Given the finite nature of life and the certainty of death, wasting time or postponing until tomorrow is not an option. Remember this, and thank you for watching this video.